Okay, I have another new car to play with. Well, that's not really mine. Uh, this is my landlord's 2026 SQ5. He got it in May. Uh, because I was involved, it seems to be cursed and it's got problems just like my car. Um, and he's been bitten by Oxford. He's been there twice already and they still haven't fixed it. So now we're going to take it to Newbury and try and get it fixed. Besides the point, I did a video a few weeks ago, a few months ago even now, about an Audi A5 2026 that I had. And the biggest problem I had with it is it was a bit boring. Um, it just, there was nothing, no options you could pick on it on the standard A5 that made it exciting. And that just annoyed me because I used to be able to get cars with the big 3-litre engine, and even though they weren't S's, they'd still be pokey for a normal car. Uh, Also, it had all the modern driving assist that 2026 cars have. Uh, this has an annoying one that I've just found out, but I'll talk about that in a minute. But this does something very differently that A5 didn't. This, when you turn the assists off, which I know that they're to be safe and look after you and keep you from doing things that are illegal, but this one doesn't annoy the crap out of you because you've turned it off. Prime example, where my yard is, where our office is it's a 60 mile an hour down the lane. Uh, Two of our more modern vehicles think it's 20 mile an hour all the way down the lane, even though it's actually a national speed limit, which means it bings and bongs you the entire time unless you turn it off. And then there's a bit where you get to where it's 30 mile an hour and the car thinks it's 40. And there's always a speed camera there now. So if you thought it was 40 because of that, you'd get done. So the systems aren't infallible. They aren't perfect. They can go wrong. But that's my piece on this. So this handles it just a little bit better. It doesn't have the thing that flashes at you constantly. Uh, I don't really want to show inside too much because it's not my car. Uh, there's anything in there, but still. Um, but this, I'm only showing this off because it's a very nice car and it sounds lovely, and I will try and get it to start up in a minute. Uh, I'll try and do it now actually. Just bear with me. Put this down. Right by the exhaust, so you'll hear every single glorious note. There we go. Right, I have the key. Oh. Oh. Yeah, for whatever reason, it was stuck in hybrid mode then. Oh, that's the other thing. This is a hybrid. Possibly should have led with that. Yes, it has the same 3-litre V6 turbocharged engine that my A6 has. But this has a slightly smaller turbo, but it does have a hybrid drive. I think it can do 48 miles on the hybrid battery. I think it's 320-ish horsepower from the engine and about 40 horsepower from the electric motor. It does drive very differently. For some reason, when you go around corners in dynamic mode, it likes to kill the engine. I would have thought in dynamic mode it leaves it on all the time, but no, it does that. I'm not annoyed with that, but it's definitely an odd way of setting it up, especially when it's in pure sport mode. I understand in efficiency or balanced, it doing that. Um, and then other things it does, like I mentioned earlier, it does like to, when you get to a roundabout, if there's a car in front of you, it likes to slam the brakes on, even though the car in front of you hasn't pulled away. Or if it's pulling away and then stops, it somehow thinks you're going into the back of it, even though you're just taking up the distance. Um, Again, it's a modern thing. not that annoying, but it's, it takes away from the driving, and it just, I don't know, it just seems a bit of a weird thing for me again to program. Uh, Overall, it's a very nice car. Uh, it's green. A lot of people said it's not their color of choice, but the landlord picked it, and that's what he that's what he wanted. I think on the nose this was £78,000. It's got a tow bar which folds out. It's got a red interior. Again, it's not my car, so I don't really want to show it off. And he went for he chose these wheels. There wasn't a lot of options when we ordered this, but he likes them. Unfortunately, he's already curbed them, but it's not my car, so I can't complain. It does also have air suspension. It was an extra on this car. They used to come standard, I think. Again, my understanding of the current range is a bit sparse. But with air ride, it just makes the car very comfy. Even though it's a sports car, even though it sounds like it does, uh, it's very cushy. But it's not like old school cars where they used to roll around quite a lot. Without going into history, he did have an SQ5 before, but because of the ride, he was convinced to relinquish it. So this seemed like a very good idea or at least a good thing to convince him to get, because with the air ride, it means that he gets to have his fun, but he also doesn't have to worry about annoying people or making people feel sick, which is something my girlfriend used to say about my S3. Um, Not naming any names or saying who was responsible for anything. So yeah, this is the 2026 SQ5. It's a nice car, it's a fast car, and for whatever reason, it doesn't seem set up like the A5 that I had, which I don't know why it would be that way. I can only assume it's something to do with this being a sports car, and someone else is in the background has decided that because this is a sports car, a driver gets a bit more liberty or doesn't get annoyed as much. Yeah, like I said, it's a slightly strange choice, but that's the choice that someone went with. And yeah, if you get a chance to drive one, go for it. It sounds amazing. Not as pokey as I thought it'd be. 300, I think 57 horsepower, which is plenty. No, sorry, 367, which is plenty of horsepower, but it just doesn't feel fast. Um, I don't know how to describe it. My car's 340. I'm not saying it's faster, but mine seems to punch a bit higher. This, I think it's the noise. It sounds like it's going faster than it is. And I don't know if that's distracting. But you also don't care because it's a fantastic noise. Anyway, I've rambled on for 8 minutes. This is a much nicer car than I had before, and all the modern things it has to now have been implemented slightly better on this. I'm still not a fan, but yeah, it was definitely more fun to drive, and it was nowhere near as annoying. But unfortunately, like I said, this isn't my car. It's my landlord's, and I'm just helping them out, so I have to be careful. If I get a chance, I'll try and to go out with my brother and have a little drive with it, but I'm not sure I have time. All right, toodaloo.